Can I do something for you, Mr. Bond?
Just a drink. A martini, shaken not.
Welcome to Shaken Not Nerd, episode 4, also known as Shark Week. Ooh ha ha, ooh ha ha. I am your host, or co-host, Alex Dudi Dutram, and with me as always is the beautiful, voluptuous Ian Hughes Johnson.
Very voluptuous. I have beautiful hair, beautiful eyes. I don't want to brag, but I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me hard.
I'd fuck me real hard. Welcome again, everyone. Episode 4. We're getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, hopefully we're getting better and better.
Hopefully.
This week's theme, Shark Week, because what happened this weekend? What did we go to?
We went ahead and reviewed The Shallows.
I like me some Blake Lively. So, getting on to later in the episode, we will be reviewing The Shallows, but this week's theme is Shark Week. We'll be talking about sharks. I don't know why I'm talking like a pirate.
I don't know.
Like
Apparently
Jeff
it's
Goldblum.
Pirate Week.
It's not Pirate Week. We're not born in the Black Pearl, Miss Turner. But it is Shark Week, and we're going to kick off into this week's news.
Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy.
Kicking off the news, as though we're in the piratey mood. Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Apparently there's been some mishaps on set, I'd say that. Yeah. Apparently Johnny Depp has been causing a little bit of trouble with his recent divorce and everything going on surrounding that. So apparently Johnny Depp might be taking a step back in this latest film, and Orlando Bloom might be stepping in as a more so pivotal character, introducing his son a lot more into the story. Trying to fill that gap where Johnny Depp is, good luck to them.
He took the role of the Davy Jones. No. He took Davy Jones's role and has the Flying Dutchman, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's the new David Jones locker.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones foot locker.
Fucking foot locker.
We measure your feet perfectly.
For those of you who are not in Australia, it might not have been scattered on your news feeds, but for here at us, it was everywhere. It was on live television news in the mornings. Thor is being filmed in Brisbane CBD, and they turned it into New York City, replacing the cabs with our yellow cabs and New York Times scattered everywhere. But Thor's being filmed this week.
Thor the Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Thor 3. Thor 3. The Thoring.
They were in casual clothes. They weren't in their sort of their battle gear or whatnot like that when they filmed the scenes in the city. And one of the photos someone took on the street, and I don't know how they got this quality of a shot, but it's Chris Hemsworth, Thor, holding up a card in his hand, like a business card, and it says 177A Bleecker Street, which is the street address of Doctor Strange.
Really? That's interesting.
In one of the comics I've read, Thor gets into a fight, and he fights so hard he actually breaks Mjolnir, and it doesn't work properly. And Doctor Strange fixes it, but he fixes it in a way that if you break the hammer again, you die with the hammer.
Interesting. So when's Doctor Strange slated to be released?
I believe it's November this year.
And Thor...
And Thor's later next year, I think.
Okay.
Around the end of next year. But that's where I'm thinking they're going with it, because that's the only reason I know why Thor and Doctor Strange get together. Yeah,
it's interesting that they'd be putting him in. But apparently going with Thor, Natalie Portman has officially, even though everybody already knew it, said that she will no longer be participating in any Marvel films.
Yeah, she was a bit...
Big loss there because her character was so pivotal.
It was just...
Low jokes.
Go back to the pirate accent. Yeah, it was. She was essentially saying she didn't like being in Marvel films because they filmed all these extra scenes that are more pivotal to her character, and they just cut them from all the films. So
yeah, well, apparently her character is supposed to be a bigger part in the comics and everything.
Yes,
so
she's the current Thor in the comics, actually, Jane Foster.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Very strange.
Thor is no longer Thor.
Yeah, they kind of made her into a nothing character in the film, so I can understand her.
Her being sort of no thanks, I've had enough.
Yeah.
But going on that as well. A photo of Anthony Hopkins on the street of Brisbane, I believe, dressed as a hobo. So it looks like Odin's casual attire will be a homeless man sort of yelling in the street sort of person and whatnot like that. So that's kind of cool. I think, like, you know, if you want Thor to blend into human life, he looks like a normal person. And Odin, because he's got his big scraggly beard and an eye missing, just looks like a homeless person.
My question is it Odin or is it...
Loki was seen on the set as well, because I think they share shots.
Will he be Odin or will he be Loki being Odin, as you may or may not remember from the latest film, at the very end of it?
I don't know. But yeah, it was photos of Anthony Hopkins on set, so that's kind of cool. And Loki's costume is an all-black suit. But
interesting.
Kind of cool. I think that's about it for Thor news, but moving on to other news... There was new concept art for Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you see that?
I haven't.
It's essentially the Guardians of the Galaxy fighting this giant space dinosaur squid in space.
I lie, I have seen that.
And
it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. The thing I liked about it, even though it is concept art, people are wondering how they're going to do, like, Captain America in space when the Infinity War comes along. And I reckon he'll just get one of those cool Star-Lord looking helmets, because Star-Lord isn't wearing a full spacesuit, he's just wearing the helmet.
Yeah.
So it'll be able to show his skin and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
I think it'll probably be something like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of helmet.
And Groot's tiny. He's the size of a vinyl pop, so I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that in the corner, the left corner, I believe, of the illustration. It's just him running away.
Yes. Wolverine. Wolverine's wrapped up the last Wolverine film with Hugh Jackman, sadly enough.
That was quick.
Yeah. And to which I believe Hugh Jackman put a video up on his Instagram of him shaving his beard off for the last time.
Wow.
I reckon I would not be surprised if he comes back.
I wouldn't be surprised either if he did make a return for a Deadpool.
Or if Fox and Marvel somehow became friends and like, okay, we're going to put X-Men and Avengers together, Hugh Jackman would run to the set and be like, I'm there. So,
I'd be very surprised if Wolverine didn't make any appearance at all in Deadpool 2.
Yeah. Or another cut out of Hugh Jackman's face.
I think it'll be a bit more than that this time. Now that they know Deadpool's a cash cow, I'm sure they'll milk the shit out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a little bit of news on my end.
Ooh, go on.
Talking Microsoft Xbox,
We weren't talking Microsoft Xbox, but
no, we weren't, but we are now. Moving along in that terrible segue way, Xbox Onesie has been released.
What's an Xbox onesie?
So it comes in, it's a onesie. It's either black or white from the images that I've seen. Huge pockets so that you can fit your controller and whatnot in. A huge hoodie so that you can fit your headset underneath it.
Awesome.
And I believe also it has your gamer tag stitched onto the left breast.
Oh,
it could be right breast.
I want
Breasts.
one. Breasts.
But not only that, Microsoft has also come out and said that they believe that the Xbox One can best PS4 in sales again over August. So they've beaten them this July.
I think that was due to the Xbox Slim.
Yes, and they think it's going to happen again over August.
Well, the Xbox Slim, like, from what we've been seeing here in Australia, the deals you get with a Slim and a 2 terabyte Slim are pretty good as well.
I haven't seen them.
You generally get, like, the Halo games, copy of Division, and all these, like, rare games, and the Gears of War and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
Going away from Microsoft and back into comic book news. Live action Justice League Dark film. Ian, do you know about the Justice League Dark?
No idea.
You heard of the Justice League Dark?
It appeared in my newsfeed for a second.
Okay. So the director of Edge of Tomorrow, Doug Liman...
You know what? I didn't really get into Edge of Tomorrow. I didn't think it was
Neither.
Groundhog Day wannabe.
Essentially, they're doing a Justice League Dark film, which is sort of the Justice League, but more of a magical experience to it. So sort of like afterlife and ghost realms and dimensions and stuff like that.
Okay.
And the general roster of the Justice League Dark are Dr. Fate, Constantine, Zatanna, the Spectre, Deadman, and Etrigan.
Okay.
So it's more of a supernatural sort of theme to it rather than...
So they're putting all those characters in?
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting considering how Suicide Squad, the reception that got, that they're going to try and...
Yeah, it's going to be harder to tell. Look, they might not go with the original lineup. They might go with a new revamped version, but Constantine is the general leader of them. And from what I've heard, the CW Constantine show, even though it had one season, was really good.
Yeah, I tried to get into it and I couldn't even get through the first episode, to be honest with you.
As well as, what would you say my favourite Marvel film is?
Your favourite Marvel film?
My favourite.
Let me try and remember. You have told me this a number
Multiple
of times.
times.
Multiple times.
During the week as well.
Would it happen to be The Man Who Is Also an Ant?
Yes. Michael Penner is coming back for Ant-Man 2. Now, Michael Penner plays Lewis in the Ant-Man films. He is Scott Lang's mate who, my mother died and my dad got deported. But I got to keep the van, though. He's sort of setting them up for high. So he's confirmed to come back for Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is
It would be weird if he didn't.
Yeah. He was sort of the comedic aspect of the group. But and the last... Oh, I've got a wee bit of more news. Dan Harmon. Does that name ring a bell?
Not at all.
Of course it doesn't. He's the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Really?
Yes. He is doing some last-minute script writing on Doctor Strange, the movie that comes out this year.
He's script writing it.
He's doing last-minute script writing. So I thought they already would have finished filming, and just go straight into sort of post-production and CGI and whatnot like that. But because they might do some some extra shots here and there because Dan Harmon's writing it. So
It's kind of strange that they are doing
kind of
that.
strange for Doctor Strange to go
A
back.
different
and
writer and added scenes? I'm not sure.
We also have a rumour for the Flash film coming out on the DC Cinematic Universe for the villains to be the Rogues Gallery. Do you know the Rogues Gallery?
Whom?
Essentially, the Rogues Gallery is a group of Flash villains all bundling together just to take on the Flash.
Okay.
They're rumoured to be the villains of the new Flash film, and the Rogues Gallery can contain Captain Cold, who's Wentworth Miller in the TV series.
Yep.
Heatwave, who is the other brother from Prison Break, whose name forgets me. The big
It
brawler.
forgets you. The name forgets you.
Yeah.
You forget the name?
Yeah. The name will come to me. But, yeah, him. You've also got Mirror Master. Yep. Weather Wizard. Yep. Trickster. Yep. And Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang's the only one I know there.
Yeah. So, we know he's a wee bit funny, so that could work in the...
Yeah, I think he was actually a fairly good part in Suicide Squad. So, having seen how well they portray that, considering Captain Boomerang is a very... how do I put this? A shit character.
a character who throws 2 boomerangs in the film and is known as Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd.
Yeah, I was sort of waiting for him to be like... Okay,
He did hit people with boomerangs and stuff.
Yeah, he used them as melee weapon sort of things, but I was waiting for them to be like pinned down around a corner and he just goes, I got this.
And they did use his boomerang as a drone. That was pretty cool.
That was cool, I will say. The last bit of news, I'm excited for it. I think Ian's excited for it.
Yes?
So, WWE. I haven't watched WWE since 2002. And you know who may be coming back thanks to you bringing it up? Motherfucking Goldberg.
Oh, thank fuck.
Goldberg might be coming back.
Goldberg.
I think the last fight he fought in was WrestleMania 20 against Brock Lesnar, and that's when I stopped, because Goldberg stopped, I stopped.
Goldberg was amazing.
He was a brute.
He's been very open and vocal about his passion to return to the WWE, so let's hope he can. Let's hope that the WWE actually re-signs him. He is kicking
49.
49 is he? Yeah.
But he said age is not a factor. I've been working out as hard as I ever have.
He's still kept
He's
quite
huge,
a lot of muscle, so
Yeah.
he's kept well fit.
So possible Goldberg to return, so I'm pretty stoked.
Let's not get our hopes up now.
No,
Yeah.
but someone would like to see the Brock Lesnar get the shit kicked out of him after he split open Randy
Please.
Orton's head.
Yeah. I'd love to see Goldberg come back and just wail
Beat
on
the
him.
shit out of him.
I've got one piece of news to add.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
One last piece of news.
Yes, I'm sorry.
James Bond director Sam Mendes. So he did Skyfall and the latest film Spectre.
Spectre.
Yes, there is a rumor at the moment that he is going to direct James and the Giant Peach live action.
Fuck is James and the Giant Peach?
You don't know James and the Giant Peach?
No, I know a lot about comic
Go
books.
sit in the corner, dunce. Ronald Dahl book, James and the Giant Peach. Everyone knows it. Everyone but you.
Right over my head.
So either way, let's see if that rumor actually comes to light or not.
Would Daniel Craig be playing the Peach?
I would not be surprised. Sam Mendes and Daniel Craig are very well documented friends, so would I be surprised if Daniel Craig made a voice appearance or some kind of appearance? No, I would not, Kent. But
He did make an appearance in Star Wars.
He
Or
did.
His voice did.
He did quite well, actually.
I think that's it for this week's news. We write down our news on paper, and I can't seem to find anything else on our paper.
Well documented.
Oh, we don't fuck around. But I think that's it for the fucking news.
Fucking news? Alright,
Let's move on to the results of this week's quiz, which was in the theme of Shark Week.
Sorry.
Shark Week.
Anyone wants to know how to do a good pirate accent? You just don't pronounce all your letters.
Your tongue is glued to the bottom of your mouth. Alright, so let's go on to our Twitter.
The politics of failure have failed. We need to make them work again. Tomorrow, when you are sealed in the voting cubicle, vote for me, Senator Bob Dole.
So, Ian,
Yes.
what's the week of this theme's week?
What's the week of this theme's week? Do you want to redo that one?
No, I don't.
Alright, fairly well. God, we're doing well today.
Week 4, episode 4. We get worse. What's the theme of this week's theme? What?
What's the theme of this week's theme? Alright.
What's the theme
Anyway,
of the week?
moving on. Shark Week. Hoo-ah. So,
You're an idiot.
our Twitter poll, keeping with the theme
Of this week?
of this week's theme. We'll edit this somehow.
No.
So, a question that we put out on our Twitter was the greatest shark attack in film. And what
believe-
options did we have, Alex? Dootrum?
Calm down. Well, we had... Do we want to go through the rating or just what we had?
What do we have?
Okay. So we had clearly one of the greatest ones, which was Jaws, Robert Shaw being killed on the Orca. The Orca, yes. We had Samuel L. Jackson from Deep Blue Sea.
Great death.
We had The Spy Who Loved Me, which was one of the villain's assistants being attacked by a shark. And then we had... It's not a kill, it's
An attack.
an attack of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Snowflake. the fake Snowflake. The Flowflake.
Flowflake.
If it's fake, you replace the first letter with an F. So coming in at last place for this, we had The Spy Who Loved Me.
The spy who loved me.
So we had that coming in last place with 3% of the votes out of 30 votes. That probably would have been one vote. That probably would have been you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't me. So somebody other than me voted for that.
No, not me, not I.
Not me, not I, not he.
Okay.
Not she. Somebody did. And
Okay.
to that person, have a little golf clap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Because that's important. It's important that people recognise the old Bond films.
Yeah. Because someone's gone, fuck yeah, Bond.
Yeah. Yeah, shaken not nerd. Yeah.
Coming in at third place, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Snowflake. Why? I was surprised it actually came third, but okay.
Yeah. I was surprised as well, actually, because that was pretty damn funny.
Now, this was actually really surprising to me, because as soon as I put the poll up, about 20, 30 minutes later, this was coming in first by a mile. And it's Samuel L. Jackson, Deep Blue Sea.
It was...
He just did not expect that at all.
It was miles ahead to start with.
Yeah, and then I checked it the next day, and it came second. So, it's a great scene.
Samuel L. Jackson is rolling over in his non-existent quite yet grave.
Yeah, he just gets bitten and then pulled into the water, doesn't he?
He gets eaten.
No, but he gets grabbed and then pulled in.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't get eaten in front of him, then the shark goes, oh, I'm done.
Toothpick?
And coming in at first place, your favourite, for once your favourite wins,
Yes.
Robert Shaw, Jaws.
Yeah. Because it's amazing. You can't knock that death.
Go through the scene for some people who haven't seen Jaws. For some people.
So, let me set the scene for you. In the middle of the ocean. Somewhat like a jungle. It's full of water.
You fucking moron.
They're in a boat. Some would call it the Orca. Paddling out to sea. They see a shark. Could it be a dolphin? No, it's a shark.
They see a shark, could it be a dolphin? You're a fucking moron.
They continue to paddle out because it's a canoe. And then they see... I don't know where I'm going with this. Towards the end of the film, the orca is ripped in half. and Jaws jumps up onto the boat. Robert Shaw's character slides down the
deck.
Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slides down the deck into Jaws' mouth, otherwise known as Bruce.
Yeah, he was called Bruce, wasn't he?
He was called Bruce. You know why he was called Bruce?
No.
Oh, damn it. Well, I should put that in my quiz questions, didn't I? He was named Bruce after the lawyer, Sean Connery. Steven Spielberg's lawyer
Okay.
is named Bruce. Everyone knows that lawyers are bloodsuckers.
Okay, so he was named after a lawyer, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bruce. Either way, Robert Shaw slips into its mouth and gets chewed in half, and his blood-curdling screams can still be
Oh, yeah,
heard.
he gurgles and spits out the blood, that's right.
It was pretty brutal. Even now, it's pretty brutal, but mostly because of Robert Shaw's amazing acting in that scene, I think.
I do know he was a heavy alcoholic at the filming of that time, and he was drunk a lot on set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As every good actor should be.
So that came in first place. Thank you to all those who voted, shared, liked, and tweeted. And yeah, that was this week's Twitter. So we'll be moving on to... we're not doing the comic aspect this week because I know nothing of Comic Book Shark Week, but Ian has thought of some great game segments he'd like to bring up in relation to sharks.
Yes, we're going into our top 3 sharks in games.
So this week, Ian, Shark Week.
Shark Week, hoo-ha.
Yes. So you wanted to bring up your favourite video game shark moments? At least your favourite, not everyone's favourite, but your favourite.
Yeah, our personal favourites. Not everyone's cup of tea, but you know what? Fuck you. No, just kidding. Please don't leave us. So we're going to go through our top 3 sharks in games. Coming in at number 3, we've got Jack and Daxter.
Now, was that a shark?
It is a shark of sorts.
Okay, go on.
Can't remember what it's called, so deal with it. It's a shark. Every time you would leisurely go into the water, just for a nice swim, maybe you'll go collect some precursor eggs. No, they're not eggs, orbs. They're shaped like eggs, but they're orbs. Every time you'd go into the water, you'd hear this ominous music, kind of like Jaws in a sense, and it was kind of like a heartbeat. It'd start building and building and building and building and building. Homp, you'd get eaten.
Really?
Yep. So once that music started getting to the point where, oh, you did, boy, you would jump the fuck out.
I wasn't aware of that.
It was good suspense building. I think it was mostly to do with the music, to be honest. It really made you go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus.
Okay, that's cool. Number 3?
Coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 2, we've got hunting great white sharks in Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, yes.
Your favourite?
Not my favourite, but I didn't like doing it because it scared the shit out of me.
It was quite well done.
Yeah, it was done well.
Although, even though that game isn't really that old, it's kind of somehow dated already.
Yeah, because
my
it was just a
opinion.
port from the 360 version with high res.
Yeah, it's dated quite badly already. But either way, you go out to ocean, hunt some sharks in your little. It was like a little dinghy boat,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
you'd be in your giant in your pirate ship, and you'd see a great white or a whale or whatever the fucking animal was at the time.
Whatever you want to hunt.
Yeah, pretty much. Whatever it was at the time, jump out into the water. And you'd get in your little rowboat, and you'd just have one assistant handing you spears, and you were just wearing shorts. You weren't wearing anything like, oh yeah, just go out there with my assassin's blades and knife the fucker. No, just a spear and shorts will be fine.
Spear and shorts because sexy suntan.
Sexy.
Sexy suntan.
So go
boy.
on, why does this make your number 2?
This makes my number 2 because of the way it was put together. It's not often in games that you actually get to hunt these creatures in a sense that it's quite accurate, really.
Okay.
Accurate in the sense that it felt real.
Okay.
Even though it was a video game, a lot of the time when they put it into video games, it doesn't feel like it's something that's possible, but the animals, in this case the sharks that you're harpooning, feel like animals, because as soon as you get that harpoon into them, they take off and take the boat with it.
Yeah, because the harpoon's attached to a rope.
Yeah. And tugs the crap out of your tiger.
But then it can also break the rope. And
Yeah.
I believe it was the great white. The great white would come back to attack you, and all you'd see is just the water like bubble up, and then the shark just jump out of the water to try and get you. And you had to throw the spear before it hit you.
It was pretty well done. Alright, so coming in at number 1, GTA 5. And you might be wondering, GTA 5? That's not really a shark game. There's a good reason for that.
Tell them the story.
If anyone ever goes out into the water, you'll know if you go far enough out, you will get eaten by a shark. And this was often utilised by the one and the only Alex Dudi Dutram. There's a reason I don't play with him online anymore. You'd get in a car, all of a sudden you'd hear a helicopter. Helicopter? It was a helicopter.
Helicopter,
It was a helicopter, yeah. And your car would be picked up by a magnet. Flying through the air towards the ocean until your car gets dropped in the middle of the ocean. Thanks for that, Dutram.
You're welcome.
You fucking... Dropped in the middle of the ocean, you have to swim to shore. Thanks, you prick. And then you get eaten by a shark.
Correct. I used to love it because you just pick up, like, you know, people who hadn't been playing Grand Theft Auto too long, Ian, and
You're a cyberbully. I just want to point that out.
you just drop them in the ocean, and then
You're a cyberbully.
all the red blips pop up on the radar, and you're like, I'm in the ocean. Bam!
Shark.
Shark in the water.
Shark in the water. Car in the water. Shark in the water.
You go in the car get picked up by a helicopter take you to the ocean, car fall in the ocean.
Rage
You in
quit.
the car, shark in the water, shark in the car. It's just like in Jurassic Park 3, Alan, but it's a shark.
Alright, I think that just about wraps up
Wraps
our Sharks in Game segment. So we're moving on into our quiz segment now. Let's get the ball rolling.
Ready? Go. You put this in your coffee. A spoon. Your hands. Your face. It's white. Paper. Snow. A ghost. It's heavier than milk. A rock. A dog. The earth.
So, back by popular demand, Ian's quiz, or the quiz that Ian devised.
Some would call it inhumane. I call it fuck you.
Thanks. So, for those of you who haven't heard the quiz before, essentially we ask each other questions in relation to the theme of the week, being sharkery.
People are going to think we're high.
No, we're just loving life, and we're loving you, all our listeners. Anyway, so we ask each other questions. If you get the question wrong, you have to do a shot. That's generally the theme of it.
Yeah, so we've got 3 shots lined up, 3 questions each.
And we've named them appropriately.
Yeah, we've named our shots as well.
So if you get the first question wrong, you have to shoot what we call the shot of the orca, the brownish colour of Kraken and Malibu.
Yeah, it's turned like a yellow now.
Yeah. So that's the orca.
Looks like
Because
piss.
it goes down just as well as the orca does. If you get the
Hopefully.
second one wrong, you get the deep blue sea, which was vodka and blue
Caruso. I
Caruso.
think.
Yeah, oh, that's it wrong anyways. And if you get the last one wrong, that's going to piss you off. It's going to make you a bloodthirsty motherfucker. If you get that wrong, that's tequila and cherry liqueur, and that's blood.
It looks like stale brown blood. It looks like a liquid scab.
We'll be putting photos up on our Instagram account for those of you who don't believe us, but for those of you, Chris, we'll put it up on the Instagram, the Twitters, and the Facebooks. Anyway, the way this goes is we'll do a rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first, and we'll see how that goes from there. So, you ready?
All right, I'm ready for this, Jelly.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah!
You win first.
Yeah, boy!
All right, you get to ask your first question. Go for it, mate.
All right. You know what? My questions are probably going to be a lot easier than yours, so
Yeah, exactly.
count your lucky stars, boy.
I'd like to thank Troy from Common Confidential for my last question.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Very well. True or not true? Some would call false. The author of Jaws, Peter Benchley, considered the name for his book, titled Jaws, to be called Jaws of Death. True or false?
False.
You would be incorrect!
Oh!
He also considered, other than Jaws of Death, he also considered the stillness in the water, the silence of the deep, and Leviathan Rising. I think that would have been a cool name, personally.
So the orca.
The Orca, which looks like piss, which is actually, what's in it again?
I believe this was Kraken. The Kraken! And
Malibu.
Smells nice.
Enjoy that one.
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad.
Alright.
Alright, your turn.
Alrighty. Let me just prepare my anus.
Question number 1. What breed of shark are the sharks in Deep Blue Sea?
Now, they're biologically engineered sharks.
Their brain is engineered, yes. But that's
Yes.
about it, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so what are they?
Great whites?
No.
Shit.
Makos.
What?
Yep.
Fuck off.
Yep.
Damn it. It looks like piss.
Tastes alright.
Look like piss. Smell like coconut. Oh.
It's not bad.
It's like pure Malibu. It's so sweet.
Alright, question number 2 is about us.
Alright. Questiono numero duo.
Alright.
I don't speak Spanish. True or false? Sharks can drown.
False.
True. Sharks drown if they stop swimming.
Oh, fuck, they do!
Suck a dick, motherfucker. So, you'll now be drinking the blue shot. This shot contains 2 kinds of alcohol. One is Blue
that shit
Caruso,
vodka.
and the other one is Aldi Shitty Vodka.
Aldi shitty vodka. Alright.
It would burn. Don't inhale.
That's awful.
Oh, no.
Alright, that's your turn.
You know what? I really enjoyed watching you do it. I don't personally want to do it.
No, you'll be fine.
Blech.
Question 2. The shark caught in Jaws, which wasn't the main shark. What was the metal item in its stomach?
I know this. It's a car registration plate.
Fuck!
Yes!
Oh, fuck off. Alright.
I've seen that movie many a time.
I shouldn't have chosen that one.
Alright, my go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't have to do that vodka. I just want to tell you that. Final question. It's multiple choice.
Okay.
Approximately how many shark attacks are reported each year? A, 0 to 10. B, 30 to 50. C, 100 to 200. Or D, more than 200.
I'm gonna go with A.
0 to 10?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
What was it?
It was a nice guess though. Close. 30 to 50.
Ah.
Only 30 to 50 shark attacks are reported each year.
Okay.
And that's on the decline as well. So,
People are afraid to get in the water.
yeah, probably. Because everyone hasn't been in the water since the 70s.
Okay. This is the blood one.
It looks like scary brown water. So what was in this one?
Smells awful.
Tequila
and cherry liqueur.
You enjoy that?
You're a dick.
Should we have brought a bucket?
Alright, go. You're
I'm
about to try it.
so happy.
What about if you get mine wrong, you have to do both?
I feel like that's not really fair.
I feel it is.
Alright, fine.
Ready?
You know what? I'll do it for our listeners. Just for you guys. So if anyone ever asks, how come Ian's so brain dead in 50 years' time? I did it for you. Just for you guys.
So,
Just to get that extra 2 listeners.
this question came from Troy, from Comic Confidential.
I already hate him.
King Shark. The DC comic book character first appeared in what comic
I
book
didn't
character's
even know
book?
that was a comic book character.
So I need the name of the DC comic book character he appeared in, so like Batman or something like that. Not the actual, like, book number 405, just the name of the...
I want to say Aquaman.
Wrong.
Shit. It's the only one I can imagine would make sense in.
Superboy.
Superboy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Superboy?
Now,
Superman adopted a boy.
I believe you have to do that. I was going to give you some other questions. I've got a reserve question if you want it. Do you want the reserve question?
Shots.
Do you want the reserve question or nah?
I'll tell you what. I will do one for that, and if I get the reserve question right,
Yeah.
I'll do the other one.
Wrong, you mean?
What? Yes.
Yes, okay. The reserve question.
I'll do the blue one for that, getting that one wrong.
Yeah.
So, blue Caruso and... Oh, yeah, it smells like the cheapest vodka on earth.
Okay. What is the breed of shark that is captured in Jaws that isn't the main shark?
Ugh. That would be a tiger shark.
Fuck you, man. I shouldn't have done Jaws question.
I know Jaws back to front.
I had so many other questions as well.
You know what? You know what? Out of the kindness of my heart, I'll do this.
We're 1 for 1 now. I won the other show, and you won this one.
Ooh.
We're tied.
We're tied. Wait, who won the first one?
The
First-
first one we both lost.
Oh, true.
The second one with Tom, I won, and you ate the chili.
I love for the first one we didn't both win, we both lost.
Well, we both won because of drinking. Enjoy.
Oh, that's nasty.
The whole thing, not the half. I see that, you cheeky monkey.
Oh, I got the mouth sweats.
My mouth is sweaty.
Oh, that tequila is nasty. That's worse than the vodka. Ugh.
I'd like to remind you, you have an ensuite.
I may be visiting that toilet briefly.
I think that's it for our quiz. I'd like to thank everyone who likes our quiz and likes seeing Ian in pain.
It seems to happen every week now.
Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, thanks for that.
No worries.
You're a fucking cunt. Alright, so we're going to move now into our review of The Shallows, the latest movie starring Blake Lively and a shark, as well as her co-host, a seagull.
I'm not dying here. 30, 40 yards. It takes them 32 seconds.
Welcome back.
We missed you.
So, why we're doing Shark Week is because we went and saw The Shallows, the new film with Blake Lively and Steven Seagal and a Great White.
Yes.
I think they're the main...
That just about sums up the whole movie. Alright, see you next week.
So, Ian,
Yes.
as always,
That is my name.
every week,
Yeah.
when we see a movie,
Yeah.
what's the story? Without
You know
spoiling.
what? You know what? I like this story.
Okay.
And the reason for that one is because it's super easy to explain. Blake Lively.
Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Ryan Reynolds' wife, yeah. Congratulations, Ryle.
Wow.
Ryle. The story of The Shallows. So Blake Lively decides to, after the death of her mother, visit a beach that she once visited. An uninhabited beach, really.
Yep.
In the middle of nowhere. So she decides to visit that. And whereabouts was it again?
I believe it was Mexico.
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 So she decides to visit this beach that... Do we ever actually find out the name of this beach either?
No.
That really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they make a big deal about not knowing the name of the beach, and then, yeah, I guess
Yes.
that's a bit of a spoiler, but deal with it. If you're expecting to find out the name, bad luck. So,
Go on.
yes, she decides to visit this beach to reminisce because her mother once visited this beach when she was pregnant with her, from the sounds of it. And at that beach, she was told, upon arrival, to return as night falls. She didn't, because she's a dumb bitch.
Yep.
She decides to swim out, seeing some dolphins, to chase them. And there she finds a whale. I believe it was a humpback whale
Yes.
that was dead. Half torn up by some kind of shark. Or who knows what really happened there. And upon that, we discover that she is fucked. She has entered into the shark's feeding territory, and she gets chased out by the shark onto a small, itty bitty rock that is pointing out of the sea, and she is forced to really try and survive from her injuries due to the shark. She suffers quite a big bite. And that's why really this movie is not just a shark movie, but also a survival movie, in my opinion. And that about sums up the story, really.
So then, would you say it's time for us to go into our pros?
Pro.
Our pros?
Semi-pro.
No.
Give me compliments. I said give me compliments. Bitte schnell.
Okay, Ian, what were some pros that you had?
Some pros.
Yes.
My first
Without
pro.
going into spoilers.
Without going into spoilers, my first pro is the music.
Ooh.
The music was very well done. It really did do well to build suspense
Okay.
and to make you jump and shit yourself. It did achieve that. And it did quite a good job because there were numerous times that I jumped during this film.
Likewise.
Yeah. I entirely blame the theatre. The sound was too loud, and I am not a little bitch at all.
I'd like to apologise because I may have stained some red seats with some brown.
Oh, that's nasty. My next pro is actually the suspense itself.
Ooh, I didn't know.
This whole movie really does build suspense to its positive and its negative. I'll go into that in cons, but on the pro side of it, it really did do well to build the suspense. As soon as there was anybody touching water, instantly you felt, oh shit, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you see them run into the beach with a surfboard and you're like,
Oh, you an idiot. Yeah. Anytime there was any bit of water, you felt the suspense at any point. Even when there was supposed to be some happy surfing bit, there was like this
the
undertone.
music's going to stop, it's going to slow down, it's going to
Yeah.
get in.
I was constantly searching every corner of the film that I saw just to see if I could see a shadow of a shark.
Yeah.
Because even though it was happy, I was just expecting a Samuel Jackson moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Good one, Samuel Jackson. You've ruined shark movies for me. My next positive, I'm sure it probably made your list anyway. Hopefully not. Steven Seagal.
No.
Really?
Did not make my list.
Steven Seagal, in pretty much every point of this movie, was the standout Oscar award-winning actor. He is a seagull who is aptly named Steven Seagal, as in Steven Seagal.
Yes.
If you didn't get that joke, bad luck. He was terrific. It's a seagull, but it's terrific. The way that they've used that seagull for comedy purposes mostly.
It worked.
It really worked.
Yeah.
I went with my partner, who quite often doesn't laugh. Ever. But...
You're such a funny, witty guy.
Witty. I'm so witty. I think I'm funny, and that's all that matters. So there's some amazing comedy moments in here where the seagull just shines. It really outshines the whole movie as a whole.
Okay.
And that about sums up my pros. Would you like to go through yours?
Okay. My pros.
What were your pros, Alex Dudi Neutrum?
Okay, so my pros. The CGI. So clearly Blake Lively wasn't actually surrounded by a shark. That would just be OH&S. Or OHS.
Ohus.
OHS.
Ohus for short, guys.
Yep. So the CGI was pretty good. I didn't mind the
Did
CGI.
you? Did you think it was good?
I thought it was alright.
Some of the visuals that were non-CGI I really liked, but...
Like the CGI...
We'll see when we get to cons what Ian has to say.
Mind you, okay, so setting up this movie, it's about an hour and a half till we have to leave. I'm watching Jaws. Of course, Jaws pretty much has no CGI.
It doesn't.
But the worst part of that, and you'll hate it as well, is I'm watching Jaws, the very start where the naked woman gets pulled under the water. My fiancé comes home and goes, "What are you watching?" I said, "What movie starts with a naked woman in the water?"
My God.
Lake Placid?
Lake Placid. Maybe we'll do Crocodile Week.
So I said, "No, I'm watching Jaws." "Oh, I've never seen it."
Dead
Yeah.
to me.
The wedding is on hold until we watch Jaws. And for punishment, she must watch Jaws 2, 3, and Revenge.
Oh, God, what a
Yeah.
punishment.
Yeah. So anyway, I really like the CGI for this film. I can tell that it's not your big, massive films like your Interstellars or your comic book films or whatnot. Like, it's more of a smaller independent-like film. Well, not independent, but it's a smaller film compared to your big films this year. And the CGI I felt was good in relation to that. It could have been a lot worse.
Could have been
It could have been.
you watched Jaws beforehand, though. And you're comparing it to a film with no CGI.
Essentially, though, it's not one of those films. It's not this big blockbuster film that everyone wants you to go see, like freaking Bad Mums that probably has no CGI. But some film that everyone wants you to go see.
I hope it doesn't.
It wasn't a film that was like Suicide Squad that everyone wants you to go see. Shallows was like, you like Jaws, go see it. So that's the way I sort of thought of it. So that's why I thought the CGI was actually pretty good for what it was. At least in my opinion.
An opinion. It's an opinion.
It's an opinion. It's mine. I'm probably wrong. A lot of people think I am wrong, but
I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're not right.
The story itself. Now, the story of going to a sort of hidden, secluded beach that my mum was on and whatnot like that. The way they explain it is kind of cool. Like, I liked the story, the setup of it. That was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
It's a shame they didn't build on it more, to be honest with you.
But the way, like, from what you see in the trailers, it's a woman trapped on an island with a shark, and that there's an issue with, the high tide and stuff like that. And from the trailer, if the tide gets too high, the shark's just going to get her.
Yeah, it is pointed out during the movie that this rock becomes submerged.
Yeah. So the way they explained it, and without going into spoilers, the way they introduced the shark was really cool, at least from my point of view. Blake Lively. So many arse shots. I went with
what? I didn't even notice them, and my partner afterwards noticed that she said during the first half of the film, all it was tit shots.
It was tit and ass, yeah.
I didn't even notice them because you know what? I'm a well-mannered gentleman.
I'm not. I went with my fiance and a couple of mates, and it was essentially like you see the arse shots, and you see the close-up of zipping up a sort of a sweat. What's it called? A wetsuit, sort of upper body
wetsuit.
Jacket.
Yeah, it's a wetsuit. You wouldn't know because you've never done PE.
No, I was allergic to chlorine. The biggest load of bullshit I could think of. I got better. But yeah, essentially it was all these... Like, she was good as an actress herself, mind you.
I think she did really well.
Acting-wise, yes. Body-wise, you can't not say yes.
Ooh, yeah. Bum, bum.
But she was...
Bum-ba-da-dum.
She was actually really good in relation to...
Control yourself now. You are... engaged to be married.
But her backstory in relation to her profession away from the beach or whatnot like that, in relation to how it develops into the story without going into spoiler territory, was good. Like, in relation to if the exact same events happened to me, I would probably cry and go, I ain't getting out of this shit, and just jump into the water.
Well, I'm fucked.
I'd throw the bird for a distraction and fucking swim.
She kind of did, though.
No, she didn't. Think about it. Anyway, one of the pros... Now, this is a great thing about going to the movie with a group of friends, is you get to see their reaction, not only as your own.
You get to feel it when they jump out of their seats.
No, fucking better. We went with a group of friends, whom you're aware of.
Yes.
And there's essentially, when she's surfing... The surfers say, don't go near those rocks. There's coral near them that feels like a jelly sting. And of course, when the shark comes to go, chase after her, she goes to the rocks to climb onto the rock, which is her little island.
Yeah.
And she steps on a piece of coral. And
she did that numerous times throughout the film, and you know what? Blake Lively's character was portrayed as a dumb bitch because of that, in my opinion.
Look... Yeah, that's your opinion. You're wrong. But if a shark's chasing you, you're not going to go, where's my foot going? You just got to fucking go.
I might a little.
Anyway.
I might a little look where I'm stepping.
In relation to the film going, here are some shock and awe moments, the group of people we went with, they're going, fucking, fuck! Like,
oh, shit!
It was like going to the movies, with a group of people just screaming like, you stupid bitch! Oh! Like, fucking yeah! Like, it was I like that the film had aspects of, holy shit, I forgot this was a shark film. The start of the film with a shark, the prologue-y area where the shark goes for the GoPro.
Yeah.
I forgot it was a shark film. I was like, I thought they'd do the Jaws effect where they don't show the shark to the last fucking 10 minutes. So I was a bit like, I was a bit scared. But that's my pros, at least.
And you know what? About that prequel, I thought that was done very well, because I thought it was taking the same aspect as Jaws in that this has happened before. So when I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, so this has already happened, so people, there's a shark around. Mm-hmm. Similar to the woman at the start of the Jaws film, where, it's the first kill.
Yep.
And then later on in the film, it gets reintroduced as it's actually current.
Yeah.
It's the current attack. It's not a
it's not like someone else getting killed.
Yeah,
which is what I thought it was.
Yeah, exactly. And that was really well done.
Cons.
Disappointed!
Cons. Alright, so you've already mentioned
This is your opinion.
This is my opinion. Your visuals that you put as your pros are actually my cons.
Okay.
I found them to be very hit and miss. The actual prop uses of visuals were really well done. You could tell the difference. That's how well it was done. The whale, you could tell it was a fake whale that was made for the film. Mm-hmm. And then you could really tell the difference when a bunch of CGI shark attacks were thrown in. In my opinion, not amazing. Not amazing visuals.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're going in expecting Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars quality CGI, you're not going to get it. You're probably going to be a little disappointed. And that's my very first con. Is I just want to make people know that, you're not going to expect these kinds of visuals. Which is a big letdown, really. In my opinion.
Okay. Any other cons?
Yes, my next con. This movie. How long was the movie? Do you remember?
I think either just over or just under 2 hours.
It felt like 3.
Really?
It felt like 3 to me. And the reason for that is because it was so slow. Painstakingly slow. This film was incredibly slow.
Really?
Yeah, and that's, you know what, it was a good idea to throw the survival element in with the shark film. It was a good idea. Did it work? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because this film felt quite long. It's very slow. There are very minimal characters in it, and the characters that are in it are basically just thrown in so that we have deaths in the film.
Okay.
And that was the problem with it as well, is that it was extremely predictable that these people were going to die. When you only have 6 characters in the film, you know that you have to have shark deaths in it. These people are all going to die. And there were pretty predictable deaths as well.
Shark.
Yes.
It's going to be a fucking landslide. Oh, rock fell on him.
No, but the deaths, like, you really
got
did
shot.
see them coming. There was a guy who comes and ransacks a bag, and you can tell what is going to happen. He's going to get his just dessert, so to speak. Food joke.
Wow.
Yeah. You expected it.
Okay.
And my last con is actually the finale of the film.
Okay.
The shark death itself.
Spoilers.
Should we put spoilers here? I don't know when to put spoilers. We'll just say shark death for now, and then we'll go into spoilers later.
Okay, alright. My cons. Blake Lively's character backstory in relation to... I didn't feel you needed the whole fact of... Essentially, Blake Lively's... Her character's backstory is sort of... her mother's passed away, she can't deal with it, so she's sort of gone around the world trekking for the best surfing beaches, and she's found the one her mum went to when she was pregnant with her. So I was like...
Yeah,
but you don't need that. You just need, I'm going to a beach to swim. I'm a surfer or something.
It didn't need it. In my opinion, I thought it was not too bad. It was good to add to the backstory, but at the same time, it was boring.
No, I just found that
bad to say, but it was quite boring.
There's a scene where they're like FaceTime. She FaceTimes her family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't need this. This is just time killer. Like, you could have done something else. I don't know what else.
And it's
but
points like
something
that
else.
where, you know what, it wouldn't have been that bad in my opinion if it had been a quick 5-minute, 10-minute thing. But they dragged on those scenes.
Yes.
They really dragged on.
Yes. The name of the beach. That annoyed me.
Yeah.
It really annoyed me.
You know what, I
Essentially-
didn't mind it at first because I was like, oh yeah, that's a cool little teaser, and then eventually we're going to find out what it is.
Yes, that's what I thought. Essentially, she's looking for the beach that her mum went when she was sort of younger and whatnot like that. And she asked the person who's taken to the beach, and he just says, be careful.
Yeah.
And she asked the surfers that are in the area, and they just sort of shun it off. But yes, that was one of my annoyances. They never fully, reveal what the name of the beach is. And
Yeah, it was a little annoying that, as, you know, you shouldn't have to do things like that. Like,
yeah,
generally to wrap up the film, they would explain, to summarize the film and make it like one big happy family kind of ending, you would...
do something.
You'd tie up all the loose ends, including, what's the name of this beach?
Anyway, my last one. Shark facts. Did you do your research in relation to shark facts?
I only did a little.
Okay. So...
But I'll let you do it, because I tried to avoid this, but...
Sharks don't hold grudges.
They don't. They really don't.
No. So this chick's trapped on a little rock island with the shark circling her constantly for 2 days? The
It
shark
wasn't 2 days. It was about...
It was a day and a half.
It was a day.
After according to my facts that I checked out, after about 10, 20 minutes or so, it'll get bored and fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem I had watching the film as well. But
Number 2. Sharks aren't affected by stinging sensations.
really, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, that puts a big hole in the fucking story, doesn't it?
Yes. The shark's skin is very tough. It is not affected by sensations of stinging, which is the coral that it rams into on one occasion, and it causes it to bugger off. It's not affected by stinging. 2.
The jellyfish.
No. 2. The whale. The shark will not go away from a single fucking piece of meat hanging in the ocean, a big one such as a fucking humpback whale,
Yeah,
because the whale,
I did notice this as well.
eating a whale takes less energy from hunting something.
Yep. I
So-
mean, I can understand because great white sharks are territorial, but at the same time, if she's left that territory,
The shark will go back to it.
it'll just go back. It just didn't make sense to me.
Number 4, I believe I'm up to. Sharks can't bite through metal.
Yeah, this pissed me off.
Like, look, I understand it, and it's Hollywood, and it's a bit of like, oh, fuck. But on another hand, it's like, no. But look, that's some shark facts I found.
Yeah.
Did you find anything shark factual wise?
Look, I had similar gripes with the shark factor. I tried to put it aside, knowing that you're going into a shark film, that they were going to try and suspend belief. But at the same time, you know what? That boy that she goes and swims to,
Yeah, she's hanging on.
was
the
it
end
made
the
of
buoy.
foam? Like, that thing fucking fell apart. It's bullshit.
Mind you, they're in Mexico. She's on a buoy.
I believe it's pronounced Mexico.
When was the last time that was fucking taken a look at? Mind you, it had
but
solar panels on it.
It's made to be in water. Why is it rusted and... Oh, it's just... Yeah. Anyway.
That was just no for me.
Yeah. Should we jump into spoiler territory?
Let's just jump into spoilers.
Swim towards the spoilers. Spoilers!
Yes, so let's go into spoilers.
Yes, let's.
Let us.
Let us leave.
So, what are some spoilers you found that you want to talk about in relation to this film?
The main spoiler is regarding the shark death itself. The villain of the film is obviously the shark, and a villain is only as good as its death. The death of this shark was... Oh, you know what? I'll give it was innovative. However, I didn't find it to be interesting in the slightest.
Okay.
I thought it was... You know what? We're in spoilers.
Yes.
What she does, Blake Lively, to defeat the shark, she swims down into the ocean.
She doesn't swim.
She is pulled down into the ocean by innovatively, again, using the arse end of the buoy, the chain that connects it to the ground, to pull her deeper into the depths of the ocean. The shark chasing her down, following her towards the bottom of the ocean.
Yes.
Blindly goes to attack her. And at the very bottom of the ocean is a whole bunch of steel sticking up.
From the buoy. It was this
from the buoy.
The anchor of the buoy.
Yeah. A whole bunch of
buoy
jagged steel sticking up. She swims out of the way. The shark booms, lands into the steel, and is impaled by rusty Mexico steel.
Okay. You didn't like that?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
I checked up online if a shark would follow a prey to the bottom of the ocean.
Some more shark facts thrown at you by Alex Dudi.
Apparently it would.
Really?
Yes. So, in relation to metal spikes sticking out of the bottom of the ocean floor, bit stupid. I don't know why it's there, but would a shark follow someone with its mouth gaped open chasing? Yes, it would. There you go.
There you go. There's a fact.
Fact.
Does it translate to film? Hell no. Boring as fact. Fucking hell, death.
So, how would you like the shark to be killed then?
Does the shark need to be killed? Here's the question that I'm posing.
Ooh, okay.
Shark films have been done since Jaws, really. Since the 70s.
Does it get shot with a normal fucking harpoon and explode like the Death Star in Jaws' Revenge?
Maybe. No. Maybe the shark doesn't need to be killed, is what I'm posing.
Okay.
Maybe they could have taken a totally different avenue. And the shark just is no more. It leaves it open for a sequel, which fucking everyone loves these days, apparently.
The shark buggers off and chases Ryan Reynolds in the next film?
Well, that'd be good. Like husband, like wife. All I'm saying is that it didn't entertain me. The death itself, it didn't look like it was plausible watching it, considering before you actually said that sharks don't hold a grudge. So, having said that, would it have chased her to the bottom? Although you said they do that, they actually follow things with its mouth open, but they don't hold a grudge, so would it have done that?
Well, if it's got a prey in front of it, according to what I looked up. If it's got
but
prey
it
in front of it...
didn't have it in front of it. You gotta realise that Blake Lively was on the other side of the buoy, swimming or being drawn away. It went around the buoy to go and hunt it.
Though, she was bleeding. Sharks will follow the blood.
And her bandage was on something else.
No.
Which also had blood all over it.
Yeah, but she was bleeding from 2 points. Her leg and her nose.
And there's also a whale, which is bleeding a shit ton more.
Yeah, but it's been dead for a while.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Look, I didn't...
Even though the fact you said before said it wouldn't leave, it's...
Yes. But it's Hollywood.
I don't want to hit you with your own facts.
I don't want to hit you with your own
See, these are the problem with shark movies, in general.
Okay.
You've got fact and fiction. You've got Hollywood, and you've got what sharks actually do.
Okay.
And you know what? Since Jaws, they haven't met. Ever. At no point have I ever seen another shark movie since Jaws that I've gone, you know what? This is pretty plausible.
Jaws is not plausible. Have you seen the Mythbusters episode?
It's pretty plausible apart from the explosion of the oxygen gas tank.
Pulling down the oxygen tanks?
No, but the shark actually does get pulled back up. That's why they see the shark, because it does get
but it says it can't pull it down at all. Motherfucker.
Yeah, but compared to this movie...
Well, let's just go with an explosion then. Yeah, with an oxygen tank and a rifle.
Much more entertaining than getting impaled by a rusty piece of Mexico metal.
Yeah, but Blake Lively? 3 dudes versus Blake Lively?
Look,
you son of a bitch.
There's a lot of problems with this film. And I think a lot of the problems were also that it wasn't entertaining.
Okay.
It was a very slow film. There aren't many characters in it. And the ones that are in it are basically there just to be killed, and you know that from an audience watching it, and that's also an issue, is that you know that these characters are there just to be killed. You have that problem when you go, here's a beach that's basically uninhabited apart from 3 people, you know that these 3 people are going to get killed.
Were there any other issues you had in spoiler territory?
In spoiler territory, not really. This film, just as a whole, it was hit and miss for me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I found that the shark death was an issue in relation to the spikes getting spikes, sort of landing on a ball of spikes.
Impaled?
Yeah, the impaling. But there was the scene just before it where she shoots a flare, because the boy has emergency flares on it.
Yeah, here we go.
And
yeah.
it lands on the shark, and there's... Well, I'm not a smart man, but where, like, she shoots the shark and it catches on fire, because there's oil in... Like, did the oil come from the whale?
I don't know where the oil came from. I'm assuming that the oil came from the whale.
Yeah.
As naturally produced oils.
So the shark catches on fire due to, let's say, the whale.
Whale oils.
And then it does a dolphin, jumps in the air, and then goes underwater to take the fire out. I'm like, would a shark do that? No, I was expecting the shark to die then, or at least to be like, for the rest of the film, be gnarly and burned.
Yeah, it didn't really affect it at all. Saying that, fire would burn out all the oils and then stop because of the water. I don't know if a shark would be intelligent enough to actually dive to stop all that from the burning from happening.
Another shark fact. If someone...
You're hitting the shark
Oh,
facts.
man, I did my research. Apparently, if you're being attacked by a shark or whatnot like that, if you attack the shark back...
Yeah,
it will
fucks
know
off.
you can defend it. It will know you can defend itself, and it will fuck off at
Yeah.
least for a while before it tries again.
That's
So,
why they say bop a shark on the nose and you're fine.
nose, eyes, or gills are the three things for sharks.
Yep.
Essentially,
And she did that numerous times. In the
she got the nose. She got the. I don't know.
She shanked it in its gills.
She
basically.
shanked it in its gills, and
Prison style, bitch.
and it comes back straight away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, if she did something to it and it buggered off, and she was like, all right, cool. She was a bit timid to go back in the water, and then did, and the shark came back 20 minutes, maybe a couple of hours later with the time lapse. That would have been plausible, but no, I've been shanked, I've been burnt, I've been stung.
Yeah, that
Bugger
shark would not do that.
Essentially, as well.
Here's this really hard point of this movie is, do you say, let's compare this movie to Hollywood?
Yeah.
Or do we compare this movie to fact? It's
good point.
really hard with these shark movies. Do we hit it with, well, that's just not plausible? Or do we just go, you know what, let's suspend belief and let's go
For
into
Hollywood,
this
it
movie.
was like, for a Hollywood film, it was more believable than a lot of the shark films I've seen.
It was a lot more believable than any of the shark films I've seen other than Jaws.
Yeah. Okay.
Jaws, the reason I say it's believable is because they actually go out looking for the shark.
Yes. Okay. So that's cool. My other spoilers is I liked how the shark is introduced to the movie.
With the whale?
Yeah. So essentially, I looked up online, and the main character, I believe her name was Nancy, says it in the film. I went surfing. I saw something. I swam up to it and found it was a dead whale. I went into the shark's territory.
Yeah,
They're
she does,
territorial
yeah.
animals.
They are. Great white sharks are territorial.
So I liked that. They didn't just say,
I did like
oh,
that,
it's a
yeah.
random shark, or someone was out on a boat and the shark attacked because they picked up a fish that was like something. They could have done something horrible to explain the shark.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
It's
You know what?
Shark
As
Tooth
far
Cave.
as far as explanations go, this film
They explained the shark really well, in my
they
opinion.
did the best they could.
Well, I found this could have been an introduction of a shark's in the area because it's a certain time of year. I'm like, well then, this bitch knows about surfing.
She should know.
Yeah, but in relation to what the fuck, I'm gonna go check this out, and then it's a dead whale, and then being like, oh, it's a shark. I thought the way they introduced it was kind of cool. At least the way they bring the shark onto the screen.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense. It was actually very well thought out. You know what? It also left itself open for a prequel, in the sense that if you notice in the film, she looks back through the GoPro footage and sees that it's actually got a little kind of harpoon spear in its mouth.
Oh yeah.
I'm
It's got a hook
thinking,
in
you know
its
what?
mouth.
They were assuming, you know what? Just in case this movie does do well, let's leave it open for a prequel.
You can't do a sequel.
Can't do a sequel.
The
obviously.
shark's dead.
Shark's dead.
But mind you, they did short Jules' Revenge. Yes.
True.
But you can't...
But
the
yeah,
prequel
they have
could
left this open for a prequel. Having said that, should they do it? Not at all.
Will they do it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Um,
It kind of gave a little backstory to the Shark's character as a whole, which I didn't mind.
yeah. The ending of the film in relation to she's on the beach surfing with her sister and her dad, and she's just got a giant gnarly scar on her leg. And I'm like, she says in the film, gangrene is setting in. The film goes for another hour and a half, an hour after that, and that sort of encompasses another day. Bitch should have lost her leg.
Yeah, it was...
Her leg at the end of the film was gnarly.
It was pretty bad at the end.
Yeah, look, we're not medical people, so there might be a way to come back from that, but a gnarly scar like that probably I thought wasn't enough.
And in Mexico.
Yes.
In the middle of nowhere in Mexico, have you?
So I thought that was a bit meh in relation to, as well, she stitches up her leg with earrings.
Yeah, she just kind of staples it together.
Yeah, that was like cool.
I kind of like that, they put that in, but I don't think you needed her to have this whole, hey, look, here's my medical background. No, you know what, you don't need to do that. You can just say, you know what, she's really innovative in that she uses her earrings to staple her leg together. That's interesting enough. You don't have to say she's got a medical background.
Her medical experience was a bit of a cool thing, but also a bad thing at the same time. In relation to, look, she got bit by a shark. She got a small, compared to what a great white could probably do to a leg.
What it could do.
A small bite to her leg. And the screen goes red, which I thought was a cool sort of shot at the time.
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool shot.
But just...
I was expecting more damage than actually was.
Yeah. So just put earrings in her leg and then put a sort of a sleeve on it. I was like, okay. Another shark fact, because I went fucking overboard.
Clearly.
Yes. They tested the speed of the world's fastest swimmer, according to my facts at the time, Michael Phelps, against a great white going at full speed. Nancy goes to swim to the buoy and outswim the shark. I can't recall how she plans to do it, but she tries to outswim the shark.
Yeah, because of the jellyfish.
That's right. 1, shark is not affected by stinging, so the jellyfish would do nothing.
Yeah.
2, a shark can go about 35 kilometres an hour if it's like going full ball swimming-wise. A man or woman can move a maximum of 5.
She would be eaten.
Yes. So, look, in relation to Hollywood film-wise, it was pretty cool. In relation to factual-wise, motherfucker, that bitch dead.
Yeah,
or she's
dead.
Or she's completely fine because it fucks off because it's bored.
Exactly. One of the two options.
Yeah, the shark technically wouldn't have probably bitten her if she went away from the whale. So
yeah,
and she does.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about this film as a whole.
Okay.
As a film, how did you like this film?
I think I would own this film on DVD or Blu-ray, but if it was in one of those 2 for 20, 2 for 30 bins, I'd be like, yeah, cool, I'll watch that again. I liked it. It wouldn't be necessarily buy straight away and spend $30 on it. It would be spend $30 and get 2 other films at the same time. I liked it. I thought this is a modern take on Jaws, and I wouldn't be surprised if the reviews of this film were decent enough to reinvigorate shark films or something like that.
And what I've seen so far, the reviews have been not too horrible.
No. Not Suicide Squad horrible.
Yeah. That's another argument for another time.
Yes.
In my opinion, this film was mediocre at best. It wasn't great. It was slow. Although it was almost plausible, everything that happened in it, almost.
I think it's more plausible than Jaws.
It was more plausible than majority of other shark films. Having said that, it was still slow as shit and boring as shit, and I would not buy this movie on DVD at all.
Really?
For that reason. There are plenty of other movies I'd rather buy.
Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah.
I'd buy that just to see the Samuel L. Jackson scene.
Just for Samuel L. Jackson getting eaten.
Okay. So what would you review this movie as?
So, as you may or may not know, we review our films in terms of drinks.
Because we're alcoholics.
Yeah. And after all these shots, I'm feeling pretty much there.
Yeah.
If I had to review this film, I would give it a tequila shot.
Okay, why?
If not a tequila, maybe even a vodka. You know what? It's nasty as hell. But if you like getting drunk, and if you like shark films, you might just like it.
I reckon it might be like one of the second best shark films, because you can't beat Jaws and name another good shark film.
There's almost none.
Mostly. So it's a shame.
But there's a reason for that as well. Shark films in Hollywood, other than Jaws, do not do that well. Sharknado.
I nearly watched that last night.
You shouldn't. They're good for horribleness, and that's exactly the point.
Okay. If I had to review this, I would say it is a shot of absinthe. Now, the way you're supposed to probably have absinthe is distill it with the sugar and the water and whatnot like that. If you buy a straight bottle of absinthe and shot it straight away, like you did on your 21st...
Yeah, it was a nasty night, guys.
Yeah. You'll be pretty fucked up.
You may just puke, just like I did.
So some people don't mind it. Me. Some people can't hold it well. I believe that's all we have for this week's show for Shark Week.
That just about wraps up the Shark Week.
I'd like to thank all the viewers, not the viewers, the listeners.
You can view us if you want.
We can take photos of... Well, there's a photo of you eating the chili. There's no photos of me.
Yet.
We'd like to thank everyone who listens, subscribes, likes, reviews. I also put a thing up on Twitter. What's your favourite shark-themed things? We had Zoe Watkins send us Street Sharks. We had at Ultra Fanboy, I believe his name is Mark, sent us just... We love the Samuel L. Jackson being killed.
Everyone loves Samuel L. Jackson being killed. So thanks to everyone, really, for all your input. Have a little follow of us on Instagram, Facebook.
Twitter is at @ShakenNotNerd, all one word. Poet didn't even know it.
Shots a hit.
Yeah.
Shots a hit.
Our Instagram is shaken_not_nerd_pod. And we'd like to thank everyone who likes, subscribes, and listens. We've actually got
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We have a lot of
Tell
people.
your friends. We're super entertaining.
But I think that's it for Shark Week this week. If you have a suggestion for next week's show, fucking hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. Man. We're all up for the welcomes.
We don't give a fuck if you guys go, oh, shit, just do an episode on pie. Yeah, we'll do an episode on pie. American Pie.
We might even do one on pie.
No, we're not doing one on pie. Unless someone suggests it and
you know what? We'll find a way. Where there's a willy, there's a way.
Where there's a free willy, there's a way. Next week is Whale Week.
Whale Week.
Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. This has been Shark Week. I'm Alex Dudi Dutram at Dudi Dutram on Twitter. And Ian, you are?
I am Johnson92 on Twitter.
Yeah.
So hit me up.
Hit him up because he has no followers.
Yeah, at least 2.
Alright guys, thank you very much. And this has been Shaken Not Nerd.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Have these shots hit you as well? Yeah. They're very alcoholic.
Wait. 3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quinoa lily. Shake it over rice and then add a thin slice of lemon.
Shaken or stirred?
Do I look like I give a damn?